Hey guys, Godfather of Anxiety here. Just wanted to make a video, kind of a fun video about, obviously music is very powerful and very helpful with mental health. And I figured I'd cover a list of songs that are directly related to mental health. Some of my favorites, some that I've listened to when I was down, some that I've listened to when I was anxious. And then I'm going to finish it off with songs that I think are more inspirational and about hope. So the first half of the video is going to just be, songs that are about mental health or tend to have to do with mental health. The second is just going to be songs that are positive that I have found over the years that have really, helped boost me up. Now, guys, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to make a confession here. I am not, some of the music can, we all differ on opinions. I have incredibly eclectic and diverse taste in music. So, and you'll see that from the list, I tried to include stuff from just about every genre. And there is, depending on what you listen to, there should be at least a few songs here that you enjoy. And guys, in the comments, tell me, give me your own lists. Tell me about, what you have found helpful when you're depressed or anxious. If you have backstories about different songs that might have to do with mental health, there's no way. I know I'm ahead of time. I'm missing a million songs about mental health probably, and a million songs that are uplifting. So, but this is just a list, and it's mostly just for fun. But again, because of the power of music on the brain, and the power of music on mental health specifically, I felt it would be a good video to do. So these first songs about mental health. The first one I'm going to mention is Away from the Sun by 3 Doors Down. This song, if you've been clinically depressed, I'm assuming that I think it was the lead singer who wrote this song. I'm assuming he has been clinically depressed. I know this covered a period of time when he was a teenager in the research I did. So, but the song is, it describes the way I have felt when I've been clinically depressed. Away from the sun. Absolutely. Just not recognizing the life that you have, the existence that you currently have. And, I'm not going to get into a breakdown of all the lyrics, but it's an excellent song. If you are going through a depression, I think it's a good song to help you relate. So that's the first one. Away from the Sun, 3 Doors Down. The next one is an old classic. Again, I know there's some people on here who watch who are older than me. There's a lot of people on here who watch who are younger than me. So you might know the song, you might not know the song, but Everybody Hurts by REM. Really good song about, not giving up, not throwing your hand, right? So it's a really good song for people with depression because, you don't want it to get to the point where you make a decision you can't take back. So that song, and also the way it's sung by the lead singer, his voice can probably be a little polarizing to some people, but I think for that song and for the message of that song, it's perfect. I think it's excellent. So Everybody Hurts. The next one I want to mention is 1-800-273-8255 by Logic and Alessia Cara. This is a hip-hop song. Very positive, very clearly talking about mental health, very clearly talking about getting help so that you don't make a decision that you can't take back. It's an excellent song. If you like hip hop, Logic is excellent. I think he's a really quality MC, and and the message of the song is great. And more of his songs tend to be positive than negative from my experience. So that's a good song. Now we're going to go way back. This is Vincent by Don McLean. This song is about Vincent van Gogh, specifically about the fact that he was bipolar. And it's a really haunting song. I think it matches well with people who are going through things mentally. And I've always had it. This song it's one of the songs I'll listen to when I'm depressed. And I find it to be, actually uplifting, even though, again, it is clearly talking about Vincent van Gogh. Very, very pretty song, even though you can tell the message is, melancholy. And then Hurt, Johnny Cash covered this. It's the Nine Inch Nails song. Really powerful song. If you've been in a deep clinical depression, you will understand and empathize with these lyrics. Mr. Reznor, when he wrote this song, admittedly, he was going through 2 or 3 years of a deep depression. And, and I think Johnny Cash's rendition of this song adds something to it because of where Johnny Cash was at in his life when he recorded the song. And the video is very powerful too. I encourage you guys, if you're dealing with mental health issues, it's a really good song, really, really powerful song. If you like Johnny Cash or if you like Nine Inch Nails, two very different music styles, but the song has kind of the same feel with both artists. Another one, this is veering over into the country genre, and it's How Do You Get That Lonely? Blaine Larson recorded the song. It's clearly a song about dealing with the aftermath of, someone taking their own life. And it was based, when I actually did the research on this song, I understand why the song is so well written and so powerful, because it was based on one of the songwriters of the song found out when they sat down to write that his daughter's best friend's fiance had taken their own life. So it came from a real place, and I think you can tell. I think the words that, even though it's third person, they're powerful, and they would make you think, if you're in that place where maybe you have feelings to do something like that to yourself. I encourage you to listen to the words to that song, because one thing that I think we don't think about as much, because we're so lost in our own pain when we have that type of thinking, we're not thinking about the devastation that we leave behind. And, that song, very, very powerful song. Again, country, it's a genre that I don't spend a ton of time in, but I do have, having said that, I do have enough country songs that I like that I sufficiently irritate the rest of my family. So, but that's one of them. The next song, Huey Lewis and the News. So it's Walking on a Thin Line. And this is a song about PTSD, basically. When you get back, it was written by someone about a veteran, the experience they had in Vietnam. The exact, he wasn't necessarily writing exactly about PTSD, even though the words, if you follow them logically, very clearly are talking about that. He was more talking about the way, unfortunately, that these men and women who had put their lives on the line came back and did not, because of the unpopularity of that war, were not received, certainly not as heroes, but were received very poorly. So that was kind of what was behind it, but very, very much a mental health song. Very much, if you've gone through PTSD, I think you can relate to that song for sure. And now this is both dating myself and but also this genre, Fade to Black, Metallica. If that is the type of music you like to listen to, again, I grew up in the 80s and 90s, so obviously I listened to a lot of hair band stuff and also Metallica, which isn't hair band, definitely not, but a little harder, obviously. But this song, if you've been depressed, you'll feel every word of this song, and the tone of the song matches it. So really good song, about mental health there from Metallica. My next song, Runaway Train by Soul Asylum. This song, again, talking about the lack of control that you experience during a mental health crisis. And you can really, the lyrics are, you can tell the person has been through it. This isn't something someone's writing from an outside perspective. They've been through this, and it's a really good song. Not a lot more to say about it because it's so self-explanatory. So, Runaway Train, Soul Asylum. Next up, Never Too Late, 3 Days Grace. Again, if you know somebody who's, at that point where they're thinking of hurting themselves, or if they're just deeply clinically depressed, really good song, really good message, and also really good at empathizing how you feel when you're in that state of depression and when you're thinking about maybe hurting yourself. So that's another one. Let's see here. Now, the next song, mental health, that I'll give you, again, is from the 90s. Green Day, Basket Case. This song is, very clearly dealing about mental health issues. He even talks about seeing a shrink in the lyrics. A really good song as far as, again, looking at things from a mental health perspective. And again, you can tell that the people who wrote the song have been through some stuff with their mental health. The song Crazy by Gnarls Barkley, which is CeeLo Green as we know him today. Really good song, clearly talking about mental health. And, I think, again, it's a good song to listen to if you're, if you're really in the thick of it. At least it has been for me over the years. Because certainly, even though we may not be crazy, we certainly feel that way, right? There's a difference between insanity and anxiety and depression. We know reality from unreality, and we know, so it's a different thing, but we certainly feel that way a lot of the times. In fact, guys, that's why we don't get the help we need. So that song. Now, going back to a classic song about mental health, Sitting on the Dock of the Bay by Otis Redding. First of all, it's a classic song. And a lot of the older listeners, I'm sure, know the song well. But a very good song about mental health. Then if you are into hip hop, another good song that's dealing with mental health issues and certain types of ideation is Sorry by Joyner Lucas. This is another song that, again, deals with, potentially that thought process that people go through when they're thinking of hurting themselves. Okay, so we're getting there with this list. The next song, Blind Melon, No Rain is the name of the song. And of course, some of the people that on this list are going to be people that either tried to hurt themselves or unfortunately were successful. But you can tell that, the person who wrote this song had experienced deep mental health pain. Next, the song Outside by the group Stained. I think it does a good job of describing how you might feel when, you're affected by depression, especially the fact that, at least for me, guys, when I was clinically depressed at my worst, I didn't look like myself. I put on a massive amount of weight. I've talked to you guys about just it being a struggle to get up and get out of bed. And, I was, everything is hard. Everything is hard. When you're deeply clinically depressed, everything is hard. And I think that, that song is a really good song if you're feeling that way, to listen to. At least it has been for me over the years. And then Stop and Stare, One Republic. This is a song that he admits he wrote out of sheer desperation when, he felt like everything was falling apart. So, that's kind of what we feel like, right? When we're either deeply clinically depressed or when our thoughts are racing and we can't, nothing looks right, nothing seems right, nothing feels right. So I think that is all of the songs I have that deal specifically with mental health. I forgot a really good one. My goodness, and what a backstory. I'm glad I remembered it. Unwell by Matchbox 20. Rob Thomas wrote this song specifically about how when he started to get popular and play venues, he started having panic attacks and suffering from anxiety. That's what the song is about. So if you have anxiety disorder, just remember that when you listen to that song, Unwell by Matchbox 20, he wrote that song while he was going through panic attacks as a way to help him deal with it. So that's very powerful. And, it's not a surprise that a lot of songs about mental health, and guys, I know I've just scratched the surface. Please, like I said, in the comments, share the songs maybe you like about mental health, or just songs that have helped you through it, right? Doesn't have to be, it could be a song that's completely about something else. And then, of course, you guys know when you look and see what the person wrote the song about, it can be something completely different than how you interpret it. But that's what's great about music. That's what's amazing about music. It's its own language to everybody. Everybody hears it differently. And it affects everyone differently. It's a really powerful, powerful thing. So now I'm going to get into the songs that are more about hope and inspiration, or at least have been positive and have helped me when, I've started to recover and I'm feeling better. Things that can, get you thinking optimistically. The first song I'll mention is The Messenger by Linkin Park. He wrote this song, he wrote this song for his children, for when life got hard. And you can tell if the message is really great in it. And I think it's a really good song to listen to once you're starting to climb up out of the abyss of anxiety or depression. Don't Stop Believin' by Journey. It's a classic, right? Hey, it's right there in the title. And we need to keep believing when we've been bombarded and hit with anxiety and depression. I Won't Give Up by Jason Mraz. It's another really good song. A really powerful message. And, I think it's a really important thing to remember, because mental health can beat you when you think you've got it beat. It can come back at you, but don't give up. Don't give up. That's just never an answer. So, I love that song. Awakened Alive by Skillet. It's a little harder song, but really good message. Really, really good message, positive message in the song. Really good to help lift you up and get you going, get you thinking positively again. Instead of, because, we develop this feeling of resignation kind of sometimes when we're beat up by mental health. And these songs that I put on here are songs that have helped me, to get up, just that decision that you make to keep trying even when it seems really hard. I Hope You Dance, Leanne Womack. There's another country song. Positive message. Don't sit it out, guys. Get up and do it. Live life. Live your life. That's what I get from that song. Don't sit around, watch other people live it. Don't let, the idea that something bad could happen keep you from experiencing all the wonderful things that can happen, because wonderful things will happen. That's what I get from that song by Leanne Womack. Always Tomorrow, Gloria Estefan. Really good song. just all I'll say about that one is just listen to the words. Again, very positive. You know, a reason to look forward, a reason to get up, a reason to keep living. You know, a change is going to come. A lot of people might equate this with certain political campaigns. I just think it's an amazing Sam Cooke song. Sam Cooke was amazing. Too bad he wasn't alive longer to create more music. Just the way he sang, the lyrics, and the message from that song, the message behind that song, very powerful, very positive. So that's another song. Now here's another hip hop song, Show Goes On by Lupe Fiasco. The song is, again, it's one of those songs talking about don't let your surroundings or your current situation get you down. And, you know, like, show goes on, let's go. And so I love that song. A Million Dreams from the Greatest Showman soundtrack. Unfortunately for my family, I sing that song, or I have sung that song a million times. My apologies to their ears. But just a really good song. Whether you want to listen to the version that Pink sings, which is great, or you want to listen to the one from the movie with Hugh Jackman, really, really good song. I think a really positive song. A song that makes you think about things, about getting things done, and about moving forward. Let's see here. Here's an older classic song, Jim Croce, Tomorrow's Gonna Be a Brighter Day. This is one that my daughter suggested. Jim Croce is a great songwriter, great singer. You know, we know all the classic songs from Jim Croce. A lot of them have been used even in modern movies because they're just so good. You know, they stand the test of time. Long December by Counting Crows. Now, this song, it could kind of go in either one of these categories because, you know, I think it's one of my favorite song lines of all time when he wrote The Smell of Hospitals in Winter. Now, guys, if you're thinking of depressing things, if you can think of something more depressing than the smell of a hospital in the winter. Now, I live in the Northeast here, and it's about as bad as it gets. So, but ultimately, the song is about hope, right? Because he's talking about there being reason to believe that this year is going to be better than the last. So that song is, I think, a really good. I decided to put it more on the hope and inspirational side because I really think that's more where it fits. Okay, the song Dreams by Van Halen. Wow, I love the song. And it was funny when I did some research on how it got written, but just a song that, you know, makes you want to get up and do something. Makes you want to, you know, get stuff done. I love the line, dry your eyes, save all the tears you've cried, because that's what dreams are made of. Just a great song. Sammy Hagar does, you know, he tears it up vocally on that song. Really good. If you like, you know, 80s Van Halen song. Again, that's why I tried to include stuff from all these different genres. Now the next couple of songs here are going to be hip hop songs. I'm outing myself a little bit, but not too much. Juicy by Biggie Smalls and Notorious B.I.G. Really good song, positive message about coming from something negative and going to something positive. Changes by Tupac. The song Changes. They took the Bruce Hornsby song, That's Just the Way It Is, and, you know, if you like hip hop, Tupac was fabulous. You know, some artists you might be able to imitate when you know, are doing your karaoke night. He's probably not that guy. Incredibly intelligent man. Again, very sad that he died so young. But that song shows all the potential that he had, right? And just some of the things he brings up in that song. And then again, the overall message is very positive. Rise Up by Andra Day. It's right in the title. And if you listen to the words, again, if you're R&B, or again, they may categorize it differently nowadays. I probably, my vernacular in these videos is going to show that I'm when I was born and when I was raised. But anyways, another one, Breathing Underwater, Emily Sandé. Emily Sandé, you can tell, is an incredibly intelligent songwriter. And I'm sure she has songs that easily could have gone into the mental health category as well. But, yeah. And I wanted to finish out, since I am the godfather of anxiety, I wanted to finish it out with That's Life, Frank Sinatra. And great song. Great song. Just, you know, keep on going, right? And Old Blue Eyes singing it doesn't get any better than that. So just a fun video I did. It went way longer than I wanted it to, but thank you guys so much. And again, for the third time, throw some stuff in the comments about music that's helped you, or, you know, experiences you've had because of music, or songs that were, you know, I shouldn't have forgotten off this list. And again, this list is not all-encompassing, nowhere near. It's not meant to, hopefully I didn't offend anybody. I know we all like different music and have different tastes, but I think that's what makes us great, right? The world would be very black and white if we all just were robots, liked the same things, did the same things. So anyways, guys, thanks so much for the engagement. Thanks for all of the comments lately have been so excellent. And until my next video, guys, take care.